so let's picture this. You walk into history class in your high school on the first day, and you see this on the board. With the recent passing of Kentucky Bill 17, this hypothetical question could soon be a reality. Since my years in high school, I've been an advocate for religious freedoms in schools. Leading numerous Christian groups of young people, I have seen the positive impacts that it can have on their lives. But like most of you, I have my concerns of what it will do in the classroom. Whether in school yourself or a parent of a child in school, we are all likely to be affected by Senate Bill 17. Today, I will be addressing the concerns of schools and parents, and then I will tell you my recommendations for the guidelines regarding Senate Bill 17. So, what is Senate Bill 17? Section 2, line 1 says that the bill will allow teachers to teach about religion with the use of the Bible or other scripture, but without providing any religious instruction. Lines 2 through 10 continue to say how it will allow for the study of history of religion, compare it to other religions, use the Bible as literature, and examine the role of religion in the history of the United States and other countries. So now let's look at the concerns. Concerns for the teachers and administration are likely to be the legal issues. Not knowing what a teacher can and cannot say. A teacher not wanting to lose their job for teaching about Christianity. And also, what administrators will likely be concerned about is their school being sued by concerned parents. So now let's look at what the parents would want to consider. The qualifications of that teacher. What background does this teacher have to teach my child about religion? Also, I'm sure a lot of parents will be concerned about the unwanted expectations and exposure to religious ideas. So now we're going to go into my recommendations. We're going to start with the teachers. My recommendation starts with having a legal training course for all teachers at the beginning of the school year. This will count towards their Kentucky CE credit, which is Kentucky Continuing Education Credits, which is already a requirement for all teachers of Kentucky. They will be learning the legal guidelines and what is and is not allowed, and they will also learn about the process that is in place already within the bill of how the school is to handle any parents' concerns. Now also, by taking this, they will learn the different ways to either implement religious texts in their already existing class, or they will be able to create new classes. The classes that I think will most likely be able to implement religious ideas easily are history, world civ, government, social studies, art, music, and literature. And then of course, if they would like to take the part of the class where they learn how to implement their own, they can make a new religion class. So, as it stands now, according to Northern Kentucky University's website, it says that to be certified to teach a high school level psychology class, you must have taken only one 100 level psychology class as a part of your degree. This is a class that only introduces a whole broad arena of controversial topics, including religion. And that is consistent with many other colleges throughout the state of Kentucky. Here at Bellarmine, they have the same requirements. You must only take one psychology class to teach a high school psychology course. I would advocate that teachers, to be allowed to teach high school religion classes, they would be required to take at least one upper level religion studies class as a part of their program. So before I close, I would want to talk about maybe what the biggest concern would be. That is the concern of the unwanted exposure to the students. Being a college student, and many of us in this classroom are, we know how out of hand classes can get when it comes to religion. Parents should be encouraged that their children would be allowed to explore religious ideas and even challenge them at a high school level prior to getting to college. This is also great because it offers inclusion and diversity of thought. Should we encourage our students to think about what only science says on an issue and just disregard what religious text says? Or should we continue to encourage students to think about what only psychology or sociology says about a topic and exclude religion completely? All public schools try to give a well-rounded education. And this is just another area that kids can be well-versed. It is disingenuous to claim that you can exclude an entire global perspective and say that you are giving your student a liberal arts education. Now, in closing, after we have looked at the reality of this bill and what it will give us in the classroom, the concerns it raises and recommendations proposed, I want to offer a voice of reason, encouragement, and steady assurance. While this bill will present challenges to both teachers and students, there are a few safeguards in place we can ensure that all those involved in our youth, including the youth themselves, will be able to freely, openly discuss their beliefs, their values, and their perspectives on one of the most crucial things in human history, religion. And that, dear friends, is a worthwhile thing. Thank you.